What's going on, guys? Today we are discussing what makes a good leader. So, a good leader is somebody that can make decisions on the fly, is confident in those decisions. They're very decisive. But I think one of the most notable characteristics of a good leader is somebody that's in the trenches with whoever they work with. So, for example, I worked this landscaping job like 4 years ago, and I had this boss who was just go-getter, always going the extra mile. He was probably like 55, and he was always going the extra mile and doing work that was meant for us as the seasonal employees. And when you see that, you're kind of taken aback as an employee. You're like, why is this guy doing this? Why is he doing our job and more? It just didn't make sense because he was 55, he was getting paid more than us, and he was doing more work than us when he didn't have to. And that's why he stuck out as a good leader, because he got in there and did the bullshit with us. Not many people do that nowadays. It's very hard to find a boss that does that. And come to find out, he owned a shirt printing company and was just mowing for the love of the game, which made me even more impressed by this guy. I mean, this guy was raking in, I don't know exactly how much a year, but I knew he was a millionaire just from this business. So he didn't need to be there. He had all the money he needed. He just kept pushing himself, which I thought was very admirable. He would get down there. So, for example, when we would mow a place, like a park or whatever, or near some houses, what you'd do is you'd pretty much do a lap around the perimeter, and you'd go back and forth and kind of split up into different groups to get it done quicker. And then after that, you would go and you'd weed whack and trim the edges of fences and sidewalks, which everybody fucking hated. Because most of the time, it was flinging rocks and shit back at you, and it really hurt. And not to mention, the thing you're holding is like 40, 50 pounds, maybe lighter than that. But it was enough to really kind of piss you off after holding it for long enough in, 80-degree weather, 90-degree weather in the summer for extensive periods of time. So we'd do all this stuff. We'd be mowing the perimeter. We'd go back and forth. We'd get our trimmers ready. And we already see our boss trimming. He's just like cruising. He doesn't care if he's getting hit by pebbles. He doesn't care if he's flinging dog poop back at him. He's just going at it and doing it faster than us. Which we were always blown back by that. Blown away. Taken aback. It was just insane. So I just, that pushed the whole team to do better, to kind of match his level of work ethic. Because nobody really wanted to do that. But then you see this guy working so hard and not really complaining or saying anything about it. And you're just like, dude, I want to be like that. Now all of a sudden you got this productive team who's knocking out plenty of parks in a day and just making everything look pristine and nice. That is a good leader. That is an exceptional leader. On the other side, some examples of bad leaders are the kind that don't see you as an equal. Even if the boss isn't an equal, if they treat you like an equal, they're a good leader. So a bad boss is going to treat you like their employee. If you're going to say, hey, go do this, this, and this, while I sit back on my ass on my phone in the back, or pretend to do stuff on the computer. Bad leaders will get to a position of power and they'll just get comfortable there. And they think that's where it ends. And now that they have achieved this position, they could do whatever they want. They could tell whoever, whatever, and they don't have to work anymore. That's not how it works. That's not how it should be. You can get away with that. I don't know how people get away with that. I've had plenty of bosses like that. Out of all the jobs I've worked, I've only had 2 people. So probably like, I want to say 7 or 8 jobs or positions. I've only had 2 people that were really good leaders. And that's my current boss and my boss at the landscaping job. It's the people that go the extra mile and get in the trenches with you and do the bullshit, do the dirty work that nobody wants to do, but you do it together. And when you see that, you're motivated to work harder. It's as simple as that. So if you ever get to a position of power where you are controlling people and you are telling them what to do, make sure to keep working hard. You will gain the respect of your employees if you work beside them. Instead of just barking orders at them, if you work beside them, you will gain their respect and you will get a more productive team, which just benefits everybody. Everyone's happier. At least somebody that understands how important it is to have a hardworking boss will value that. Some other people might just complain because it's extra work. But if you look at it the right way, if you have the right perspective, you're going to learn a lot. And I think it's only getting worse, man, with some of these bosses, with phones and everything. It's so easy to just tell someone what to do and then just go back to the back of the store or wherever and back to your office and just scroll and do nothing. The work doesn't end when you get to a certain position. That's why if you want to be a good leader, you want to stay being a good leader, you got to like what you do. You got to somewhat enjoy what you're doing, because why would that guy who has millions in the bank be mowing for money? That wouldn't make sense. Why would he be trying this hard too? Because he cares about what he's doing and he has a good work ethic and wants to see others succeed. It's simple, guys. It's simple. Just do the shit you don't want to do. And try to be a good leader when you can. And that's it for today, guys. Have a good one.